Hindi fully opened ang third eye ko. Thank God. Pero nung nakaraang buwan lang, binarang ako ng biyenan ko. I have my ways of finding out. So, lumaban ako. Kasi akala niya hindi ako marunong kumontra. Puro sugat ang katawan ko, tapos kinontra ko yung orasyon niya. Mahirap din. Took me almost a week. Then binalik ko with full force. I already suffered enough abuse from my in-laws, which is why I decided to leave. Pero dahil ayaw niyang mawalan ng punching bag, sinubukan akong gamitan ng itim na kaalaman. Hindi ako marunong manggamot, but I can tell people how I can help them, like telling them whether or not gawa to ng tao or elemental, or if they just need to seek medical attention. So yun. After 5 days of counter-cursing, nawala mga sugat sa mukha ko. She used the darkest red ants. I'm allergic to ant venom. At kahit inuman ko ng gamot, it didn't ease the discomfort. So I was actually forced to fight orasyon versus orasyon, just to make it stop. Don't get me wrong, my orasyon is legit. Roman Catholic traditional Latin exorcism and deliverance. To be honest, I left Manila because of actual abuse from narcissistic in-laws. And I could sense the house was already imbued with demonic energy because of what my biyanan was doing. And nadadamayan ako. And as a mom, I will not just sit and watch people destroy my kid. So we left. Then when we got to the province, go figure, we got it from my dad. Since he died a few years back, he did not want to be kept in the cemetery, so after 5 years, his bones were exhumed and buried in the farm garden in front of the house. That's why thieves are scared to come. And I can sense him every Friday, so I always light a candle by him. My 7-year-old also has the gift, so I need to teach him whether or not what he sees is human or something else. Like I said, I left Manila nang walang pasabi kung saan kami pupunta. Pinalabas ko lang na magbabakasyon kami sa kapatid ko sa Laguna, pero dumiretso kami sa Albay, sa mga half-brothers ko sa side ng papa ko. So I got here. Okay naman kami sa umpisa. A couple of weeks after settling in, nagising ako with my entire body in pain. Tapos sabi ng anak ko, "Mami, may chicken pox ka? Ew. Maka-ew ka ah." Tapos tiningnan ko sa salamin. Diyos ko, natulog lang ako, yung mukha ko sobrang daming sugat. Nagtutubig pero hindi siya bulutong kasi hindi siya pumuputok. Literal na parang nagkabutas-butas balat ko pero hindi masakit yung mga sugat. Tapos sa braso ko at sa paa ko. Yung paa ko actually yung unang part na tinamaan kaya akala ko allergy lang kasi maputik dito sa amin. Pero yung mga sugat consistent sa fire ant bites at allergic reaction ko sa venom nila. So I tried to take antihistamine. It got itchier. Di ako pinatulog. Then one afternoon, siesta namin ng anak ko. Brownout, so kailangan nakabukas lang yung door. I was rudely awakened by something that pulled my leg so hard na naalis ako sa banig at halfway na ako sa open door. Literal, I felt the hand. Walang tao doon bukod sa akin at sa anak ko. Friday, may pasok ang kapatid ko sa school. Stepmom ko naman lumabas kasi nagtitinda yon. So I grew angry kasi napansin ko na yung anak ko nagkakasugat na rin konti sa may braso at dinala ko siya sa manggagamot dito. May natamaan daw. Nope. Wrong. I took my divination and asked my guardian kung ano to. Yes, it was barang. I asked who? Biyanan ko. And my guardian was agitated. So I asked for help. Ginaya niya ako what to do. Pray the exorcism prayers, St. Benedict protection prayer, St. Michael prayer in Latin full form. Tapos yung curse removal prayer. And ang tinubig ko ay holy water mixed with my normal water. Pampaligo ko may holy water and tanglad. Yes, ayaw ng mga mangkukulam at mambabarang ang tanglad. When I fought the barang, I was really pissed off. Wounds were popping all over my body like chicken pox, pero hindi. Because I should have fever if bulutong yun, and It was too fast and too itchy, like ants nga. My feet swelled up, and while I was sleeping in one afternoon, some entity took me by the ankle. Physical touch, which made me realize hindi to elemental kasi elementals do not touch humans because dirty tayo para sa kanila, and dragged me almost out the door. So I stood up, grabbed my medal, muttered the exorcism prayer of St. Benedict in Latin, drank some of my holy water, and wiped holy water all over my body. It stung like hell. So I did a ritual to find out who was doing it. I will not say how I did it, just know that it involves a guardian from the higher plane and can only ask yes or no questions and will occasionally speak in my head to warm or send quick assessments of a certain person or situation. And I have asked several times and the answer was always pretty direct. Biyanan ko yung gumawa. Like, okay, bakit ako ginugulo? She never liked me. When I lived with her, kahit na ako na lang ata ang pinakaklarong tao sa bahay nila, she still hated my guts for some reason. Kaya ako na abuso dun sa in-laws ko. And I left because dinamay nila na ako dun. Then sabay ganun sa akin after we went away. Then saka ako na-notice na meron na ring sugatan ako sa face and legs pati sa hands. So like any mom, I was furious. Nagpakulo ako ng tanglad, cooled it, and put some holy water while muttering exorcism prayers on a Friday, and naligo ako. I was screaming inwardly from the pain, like I was being cut from under my skin. After the bath, the pain went away. Bigla. As in, gone. 2 days later, my wounds were dry and beginning to disappear. The swelling on my feet have subsided. Now I have scar marks on my face from the person who hated me so much. But I will let karma work it out. Hindi malayo sa mga superstitious elders na magsuspetsang may something sa akin. I began talking when I was 6 months. I could recite my name, address, and full names of my guardians and my mom at the age of 2. I rarely cry except when I have to take medicine kasi pangit palasa ng gamot nung 80s. Animals, especially cats, were automatically drawn to me. There were also few flowering plants sa yard namin noon na favorite ko kasi when I visit, lalo silang humahalimuyak. Also, I have had a near-death experience when I was 4. Nagkaroon ako ng severe pneumonia and to save me, I was literally submerged in icy water sa hospital because my fever was more than 40 degrees. It was literally frying me inside. I stayed at the hospital for a couple months because I needed therapy to walk again. At yung mga veins ko sobrang liit that the doctors busted everything else. So ending, sa may sakong ko nilagay yung swero. I drowned myself in books. At the age of 6, I was reading the Bible, the Oxford Dictionary, and the American Dictionary, encyclopedias. And I would listen quietly to adults talking about law, politics, and all the adult stuff. Hindi yung bastos. And told myself I would never want those. Sakit kaya sa ulo. Backtrack tayo. Pagbalik ko sa bahay, it was already turned into a convent and chapel, so yung mga madre nasa taas, kami nasa baba. All masses were in Latin, and the nuns taught me to read, sing, and pray in Latin. Tapos, 1 week lang sumasabay na ako sa kanila while they were making rosaries. Bawal ako sa kusina dahil dun sila nagawa ng ostya. The Mother Superior one day took me to her office and made me sit on her knee. Tapos sabi niya, "Anong gusto mo paglaki mo?" So I said, "Maging madre." She shook her head and said, "Kawawang bata. Napakatagal ng daranasin mong hirap. Pero huwag ka magpapadaig. I will pray para magkaroon ka ng bantay to guide you. Siya ang pipigil sa'yo gumawa ng masama. Pero pag nawala siya sa tabi mo, you need to want him to come back to you para lumapit ulit." This old nun was blessed to have witnessed the lipa miracle before siya naging superior. And when I grew up at nagkaisip with everything that happened to me, I realized that what she said all came true. The guardian, the hardships, the wanting to unalive myself, the dabbling in the darkness, even the possession. Yes, you read that right. I experienced being possessed. Pito sila. At the age of 12, I became suicidal, and it became the motivation for me to try occult, mainly speaking with the dead through channels like Ouija and cards. I knew how to summon them, but don't ask me how now, kasi bukod sa binitawan ko yan for some reason, I cannot remember the oraciones. My mom took me to several priests who had no idea how to resolve it kasi di sila part ng Order of St. Michael. The one priest who could have helped me was in Rome that time. So, sino ang nakapagpalayas? Isang katolikong baylan. Weird, pero yun siya. Matandang baylan from the mountains. And she said, "Huwag ka manggagamot. Hindi mo kakayanin. Pito sila. Mitya yan ng buhay mo." They weren't demonic. They were the spirits I contacted kaya na-block yung guardian ko pero hindi naman siya necessarily umalis. He was keeping the demons at bay. So the bailana was the one who called him back for me. And katakot-takot na sabon inabot ko sa kanya for losing him in the first place.